Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract prosperity so easily, while others constantly struggle to pay off their debts? What if I told you that the answer to this age-old question is hidden in the pages of the Bible? In this video, we will reveal 5 surprising habits that, according to the Holy Scriptures, can propel you towards financial prosperity. Stay with me until the end, because without these 5 habits, it's unlikely you'll ever become rich. And habit number 3 and number 5 are the best ones, so don't leave this video, as it will certainly add a lot of value to you. So let's get started. Have you ever stopped to think about what differentiates people who achieve financial success from those who don't? Have you ever wondered why some people manage to grow their money, while others are always struggling to pay the bills? And do you feel that your financial situation is stuck, not moving forward? Well, many believe that prosperity, or the lack thereof, is a consequence of the government, the system we live in, or how money is distributed in society. These factors do indeed play a role, but they are not the only culprits. According to a study conducted by UL Flux, about 60% of multimillionaires earned their wealth on their own, through their work and dedication. This brings us to a central question: what makes someone rich? What is the secret to becoming prosperous? It's important to pay attention. The financial results we achieve are the fruits of our money-related habits. To accumulate wealth, it is essential to develop habits that promote prosperity. Our financial habits are the direct expression of the choices we make on a daily basis. Believe it or not, the Bible, which many consider a spiritual guide, also presents valuable guidance on how to manage our finances to achieve success. The Holy Scriptures contain teachings on the behaviors and practices that can lead us to economic progress, and it is exactly these habits that we will discuss in this video, showing how adopting them can transform your financial life. Let's start with an important observation. The Bible does not guarantee material wealth to anyone, not even to the most devoted Christians. This means we should not expect or demand wealth from God just by following biblical teachings. However, we cannot ignore that those who apply the financial principles described in the Scriptures tend to enjoy greater prosperity, not only spiritually, but also in their family and financial life. To put it clearly, by adopting biblical advice, you will be positioning yourself in a way that facilitates financial prosperity. However, it is essential to understand that this should not be seen as a bargain with God. We should not demand anything in return for our obedience to divine principles, but rather follow them believing they are wise and correct. With that clear, let's dive into the 5 habits that the Bible suggests for achieving prosperity. These habits not only have the potential to transform your financial life, but can also bring benefits to your spiritual life and harmony in your home. Over time, as you adhere to these practices as part of your routine, you will see that they are based on ancestral wisdom and have a positive impact on various areas of your life. Therefore, keep an open mind and a heart willing to change. These habits are more than simple financial tips. They are life principles that can guide you towards a more prosperous and balanced future. So, let's explore these enriching habits that the Bible offers us. Let's start by talking about the first crucial habit to get rich: living below your means. This essential habit concerns consistently spending less than you earn. In other words, it means not allocating all your salary or income to consumption, always leaving a portion reserved. This prudent practice is widely recommended by the Bible. Do you remember the story of Joseph in Egypt? During the 7 years of plenty, Joseph advised Pharaoh to store a portion of the harvest, foreseeing the 7 years of famine that would follow. This strategy of living on less than what was received enabled Egypt to face scarcity and, surprisingly, prosper during a period of crisis. This biblical example reflects the importance of maintaining a financial reserve for tough times. Additionally, there is another valuable teaching in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 20, which states, In the house of the wise are stores of choice food and oil, but a foolish man devours all he has. This passage emphasizes the prudence of saving and not spending everything at once. The wise are those who accumulate essential resources, while the foolish spend imprudently without thinking about the future. Unfortunately, many people today do not have the habit of living below their means. They end up spending everything they earn, or even more, through debts and installment purchases. This behavior prevents the formation of a financial reserve and hinders the achievement of prosperity. To reverse this situation and start paving the way to financial success, it is crucial to adopt the habit of living below your means. Therefore, start by evaluating your expenses and identifying where you can cut unnecessary costs. Set a budget that allows you to save a portion of your earnings regularly. With discipline and persistence, you will see that it is possible to build a solid foundation for your financial future. Adopting this habit will not only help you avoid crises, but also better seize opportunities that arise throughout life. If you like tip number 1, you will certainly enjoy the other 4 tips. So comment like this: "The secret of prosperity is in the Bible." Just comment this: "The secret of prosperity is in the Bible." When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart. Now that you've commented, let's continue. Habit number 2, having more than one source of income. The second habit that brings wealth is having multiple ways to earn money. As the old saying goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And why shouldn't we do that? Because if that basket falls, we will lose all the eggs we placed in it. The most obvious way to reduce risks is to place the eggs in several different baskets. I'm sure you've heard of this after all. Almost everyone knows this saying, but knowing something is not the same as being wise. Knowing is not the same as doing. I insist on this because, unfortunately, few actually put this into practice in their lives. Relying on just one source of income is like placing all your eggs in a single basket. It doesn't matter if you've had a steady job for many years or if you are a well-paid employee. It doesn't matter if you own a business that has been doing very well for a long time. Depending on just one source of income is very risky. Why is this a risk? Because jobs don't last forever, businesses can fail, salaries can lose value, even those of public employees, and unforeseen events will certainly happen sooner or later. Speaking of which, observe what the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 6 says: "Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well." Reflect on my advice. Develop the habit of having multiple sources of income. Like any habit, this is built over time and with consistent practice. I have friends who follow this habit. Whenever I spend time with them, I learn a lot about this practice. They continuously talk about creating new sources of income. I remember one day at a restaurant with one of these friends. We were having lunch and discussing how the place could be more profitable and financially secure. We looked at the cash register and commented that they should sell desserts, chocolates and sweets to customers who had just eaten. We observed how the customers behaved and quickly came up with ideas about what they could offer in the restaurant to increase profit. Honestly, those who have the habit of creating sources of income are always seeing new opportunities. Make this a habit too and see how your financial life can diversify and grow. Habit number 3, having a financial reserve. The third habit is undoubtedly having a financial reserve. This reserve means setting aside a certain amount of money to be used only in emergency situations. These emergencies can be both positive, like an incredible opportunity to study abroad or a business offer too good to miss, and negative, such as losing a job or facing health issues. Honestly, it surprises me that many people still do not understand the vital importance of having a financial reserve. I think that if everyone knew how beneficial it is to have this money saved, everyone would do it. Think a bit about what the Bible teaches us. In Egypt, during the 7 years of plenty, they created a financial reserve, and this gave them enormous economic power, as we know from historical records and archaeological discoveries. This power didn't come out of nowhere, but was largely thanks to the financial reserve that Joseph helped to create. Many people question whether they should save money only when they are certain that they will face hard times. But please pay attention, hard times are inevitable. The Bible in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 1 says, "I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise, nor riches to men of understanding, nor favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all." This shows us that, regardless of our spiritual condition, we all face unexpected challenges. Therefore, it is a wise attitude to be prepared. An effective way to prepare is by creating a financial reserve. Money, as they say, can be a real protection in times of difficulty. This is once again confirmed by the Bible in Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 12. "For wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, but the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it." Thus, besides the strong protective potential that a financial reserve offers, it is also a habit that enriches. Imagine a young man who has just gotten married and lost his job. For many, losing a job in such a situation could be disastrous, but by the grace of God, many already know the importance of having a financial reserve, as taught by the Bible. I speak from personal experience. I lost my job at a moment I did not expect, but I had a reserve saved, which sustained me for more than a year. It was this reserve that allowed me to follow my dream of dedicating myself entirely to transforming lives by teaching biblical principles about finances. And I did this without needing a fixed job and without facing the complicated traffic of my city every day. With this financial tranquility, I was able to focus on my life's mission. This highlights the immense difference that an emergency fund can make, not just as a safety net, but also as a foundation for future opportunities. Habit number 4, making investments. Remember that the habits that help you get rich, like living within your financial means, have an important purpose: to allow you to invest. There is no doubt that developing the habit of investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, fixed income, properties, businesses, and other products will provide you with a much more comfortable and successful financial life. The Bible gives us several examples and advice on the importance of investment. A significant example is the parable of the talents, told by Jesus in Matthew chapter 25. In short, this parable talks about a wealthy man who entrusted his possessions to his servants, giving each a sum of money according to their abilities. Some of these servants used the money they received to invest and managed to multiply what they had. However, one of the servants just kept what he received without investing. When the master returned, he confronted this servant and said, "You should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned I would have received it back with interest." Matthew chapter 25, verse 27. Everything we have comes from God, and He wants us to make these resources grow. This includes our spiritual family and, of course, financial resources. Therefore, if you truly desire a more prosperous financial life, you need to learn to invest. Investing is a choice that allows money to work for you, instead of you working just for money. It is the path to achieving financial freedom. I admit that in the beginning, the habit of investing may seem complicated and even frightening, especially when it involves the financial market and its products. At first, you may be afraid to open an account at a brokerage, to transfer money to that account, and to choose which financial products to invest in, whether fixed or variable income. But here is my advice. Do not let fear paralyze you. Over time, as you learn and gain experience, you will feel more confident, and the results will start to appear. Still, on the importance of investing, imagine that each real invested is a small seed planted. Over time, this seed grows, becomes a strong tree, and can bear many fruits. Start with small amounts, gradually gaining experience and knowledge. Nowadays, there are countless resources for those who want to learn more about investments: books, courses, videos, and even the help of professionals in the area. Many start with investments in fixed income, such as Treasury Direct or CDBs, which generally offer more security. As they feel more secure, they begin to diversify their portfolio, including higher risk and potentially higher return options, such as stocks and real estate funds. Moreover, investing is not just about money. When you invest in knowledge, in your skills, in relationships, you are increasing your chances of success in all areas of life. When the Bible talks about multiplying our talents, it is encouraging us to manage well everything we receive, multiplying and making good use of these resources. Finally, remember that investing is a long-term journey, and the fruits of this habit will come with patience and perseverance. Do not expect immediate results. Think of investments as something to harvest in the future. Thus, when adversities arise or when you desire a bit more freedom and comfort, your investments will be there to support you. The fifth habit that enriches, according to the Bible, is seeking wisdom. In Proverbs, it is written, "Blessed is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold." To achieve financial prosperity, the path inevitably goes through the pursuit of wisdom. But after all, what is wisdom? One of the best definitions of wisdom is that it is knowledge put into practice. Pay close attention to this. Wisdom is knowing how to do something. It is transforming knowledge into action. I need to emphasize this point because having knowledge and not applying it has little value. What really matters is knowledge in action. For example, many people know that saving money is important, but few are wise enough to actually do it. Upon hearing what I said about the importance of living below your means, unfortunately, only a small number of people will have the wisdom to put it into practice. See what Proverbs chapter 13 verse 16 says, "Every prudent man acts with knowledge, but a fool flaunts his folly." This means you need to acquire knowledge, and when we think about personal finances, you need to learn about smart ways to earn money, understand passive income, know the importance of an emergency fund, learn about investments, local and foreign stocks, investment funds, fixed income, among others. But more than obtaining this knowledge, you need to acquire wisdom, that is, put into practice what you have learned. Here are the 5 enriching habits: living below your means, having multiple sources of income, creating an emergency fund, investing, and seeking wisdom. I have 2 pieces of news for you, one good and one that may not be so exciting. The good news is that each of these habits has the potential to completely transform your life. I speak from personal experience, as I saw a significant improvement in my life as I adopted each of these habits and put them into practice. When I started living more economically, my life improved significantly. The same happened when I sought more than one source of income. Similarly, when I created my emergency fund, I felt much more secure. When I began my investments and, most importantly, when I started to pursue financial wisdom tirelessly, I saw positive changes happen. The not-so-good news is that acquiring these habits is not an easy task, and it will not happen overnight. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. And to show that you are persistent and watched until the end, comment like this: "I watched until the end." When I see your comment, I'll give it a heart. Now, I'll leave 2 videos on your screen that I made to teach you how to create wealth from scratch. Click on one of them and go watch it. Do it now.